Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I will be showing you how to start PayPal subscriptions. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we will need to create a Stripe account and this should be a developer account. So after creating a Stripe account, we just go to that account, open the main page of the app, and this will be the main page and it will be showing the sandbox option. You can switch the sandbox, so it should be on the sandbox. And the other thing should be apps and credentials. You should visit there and create an app. Okay, so these are the first steps in creating PayPal details for later to be used in the subscription. So these things are mandatory, and without these, you cannot go to the next steps. So these are the first steps. First, just create an account, then come to this app and credentials section in the test version. You can start with the live version, it doesn't matter. And then you should create an app. And after creating an application, you will see these details, this secret and this other thing. Okay, so these information displayed on the main page, you should copy them with yourself so that you can use them later on. And these information will be used inside the app. So like you'll be using them for the auth process or any other process that is required in the app. Okay, and inside the app, it will show you like default application and all the details. You can see this is the ID, this is the secret. You just copy these information. So these should be copied. And after copying these information, there is also this part. You can see this email and password. So this is the sandbox information that you are going to need to start your sandbox version and start everything on the sandbox. Without this, it will not help you with anything. So this should also be there. And so this is basically it for setting up the starting things for the sandbox. The next thing is we have accounts. So for testing, we will need not the live accounts, we will need sandbox account. And we can create account using this option in the sandbox. And this is inside the testing tool, sandbox accounts. Just click here in the testing tool, sandbox account, and create an account. And this should create an account for you. Okay, this account was already made. This was the default account, and this account was newly created. So the reason for creating this account is this is personal account. The account gets charged. So to account get charged, you will need a PayPal real account, which this one acts like. So the business account acts like the sandbox creation and all of the payments details, setting up and everything. And this personal account, this is the account where the user can log in and add their money or later get charged using any payment platforms. So these are like both necessary to see the whole scenarios in the test version. And after these are ready, you're most likely ready to go. We'll have you like showing you the next steps, how we can start the integration inside the global.io. Okay, so after everything is done in the developer side, you can get the email login and password and the sandbox URL. So just visit this sandbox URL and this email and password, copy it, and this is the sandbox login. Come here and select the business.example.com and the password login. It can be only login with this email and password. The real email and password does not work on the sandbox. And after this is set up, select the corporate tool, search for subscriptions, and get started. Now you can see this is the subscription management page, and you have subscription plans, subscriptions, and all the details right here you can see clearly. So select this subscription plan, and there is already a lot of plans, so you can click on this create a plan and create a new subscription product, name it anything. Make it services or anything you want. Select any of these. And you can leave this blank or anything you want. Click next. You will see this test option right here. Then select it and click next. So after this is created, you will need to create inside is a payments detail. So click on this fixed pricing. Now inside this product, create a name that is like monthly plan, and next select the amount. This is USD is the one. Okay, so these are selection based on your choice. If you want a free trial, you can select this one. And unlimited billing cycles, price, make it anything here. Monthly, yearly, select anything, and the due one. Okay, so should it charge one time or two time with this amount? So it's one per month, and you can make it weekly and anything. Then we have these is other information, you can add these as well. Okay, so this is all. You will need to copy this ID, product ID, and this will be used to subscribe to this plan. So copy this right here and run this plan, otherwise it will not work. Just to show you, so this is in draft now because I did not run it. I'll just click on run this plan. Now it will show me this option with the buttons and the display, so I can make it as I want. Okay, and copy the code or anything, just leave it. Okay, so currently we have this one now in the list with the test with the products of monthly, and monthly has this product inside information, everything is here. Okay, after all this is done, now the main thing is we will be setting up everything inside the bubble.io. So let's get started on that. So after setting up the whole PayPal, what we will need is to set up this API connector with some API calls. And the first API call that we will need is the get an access token. So with this get an access token, we will need is to post request with the URL, this one, and authorization header with the basic. And this part is basically So you can see this right here has base 64 URL encoded, which basically looks like client ID colon client secret inside this basic part. So for this, what we need to do is come here to the base 64 encoder, and here put our first one, the client ID from the PayPal, which should be here, this one, the client ID. And the second one is the client secret, which is this one. And so this will be client ID colon client secret, and after putting it here, we should click encode, and it generates this kind of a long string. So this will be copied and pasted inside this authorization and the basic part. So that after the basic, we will just paste this base 64 encoded code, which had client ID first colon client secret, copied from our PayPal and encoded, and this is right here now. And after setting this up, this is just everything. So we will need is grant type is equal to client's credentials JSON, post request with this URL, authorization header, and content type header with x www form URL encoded. This is basically for the API request, and this part is mandatory as well. So after setting this whole thing up, just click on this reinitialize or initialize call, and you will get this response. This response contains access token. Then there is this app ID and bearer token. So basically it looks something like this. Okay, so this app ID can be used by us, but for now leave it like this, save it. So this is basically just the first step of getting the access token. Okay, so the next API call we will be needing is generate subscription link, and in the generate subscription link, what we'll be doing is, this is the post API call to this URL with the authorization and the bearer token. Okay, so what is this bearer token? This is the same token that we got in return from the access token API response, and this is the access token right over here, this part. This will be used inside here, and this access token has a limited time, so it's normally 1 hour. It can be 5 hours, 10 hours, but it's not like forever token. So this token is generated while like if you want to generate a subscription link, then we send this API call first, get this token, and after getting this token, we get generate this subscription link. Okay, after authorization and bearer token, we will use this body JSON with the post URL. So this has plan ID, application context, brand name, local shipping reference, user action, return URL, and cancel URL. So these are all the details we'll be sending. For now, we're just sending plan ID. This is the ID from the PayPal plans, this one. And also if we go back, this one has this plan ID P dash this one, and we can go back to the subscription plans and see the list of everyone. So inside any other plans, we can also select any other. So let's go to the monthly one and see this one has this one. And if we go to any other, this one is also, we can copy and paste it there. So based on our needs, we can use any of these. And this will be dynamic as well. So this will be from the user's current subscription repeating group. So user will have a repeating group with PayPal plans, and every plans will have its own plan ID right here. So this is yearly with a plan ID, monthly with a plan ID, and all the features and every details. And after setting this part up, we'll accept a redirect URL for accepted, and for cancel we also accept this redirect URL. This will be our current URL, or this page's URL. So basically it will be the return URL as well, and it will redirect after this whole generate subscription link part is done. And what is the response from this? So after we initialize this call, okay, let me generate this one more time. Access token from here. We have this and use it inside here. Initialize call. Okay, we got this href inside this, and this href is basically generated. This one, the first one, is basically generated to subscribe this current user to the plan and redirect him back to the bubble. So after this is like whole setup, and everything that we need is here. We'll remove the private checks and other related information. So this will be also from the step 2 from here, and everything else the same. Okay, so after all the API setup is done, we will set up a repeating group or a table with the pricing plans with all the details related to the plan. So anything can be here. Don't worry about these things, but I will just focus on the main thing. So the plan name is the important part, and this plan ID is one of the important part, and the pricing is the important part. We will also put the pricing here manually, and the stripes, the PayPal side will have its own amount information, but we will have manually saved here as well. And the subscription products or any other things that we are giving the user, like in this plan we are giving the user 300 minutes, and the other we are giving the user 300 minutes. So we will also have these saved in the database as well. And this should all be set up, but the main thing will be this plan ID, prices, and the details of the things that we'll be giving, and the name. And after the plan is made, we will also be saving this inside the user, and there are many ways you can do that. So I'll go to the user, and you can see this is the current plan table. So we can directly make the plan inside the user after the plan is subscribed, or any other information we want, we can save it the way like this. So it will be inside the current user, and this besides this, the other information we can also, like in the return we have the plan IDs and other related information. If we want to store them, we can store them as well. The subscription ID of the plan that we are subscribed to, it's also generated. We can also save it inside this user as well. So we'll create a new table and save it in here. Okay, so now we will be setting this up in the bubbles side. So these are the plans repeating group that I've set up, and it has all the pricing plans in here. And what I am doing is like add this workflow and call the APIs one by one. So the first API call was access token. The second one after the access token was subscription link. Okay, so for this part, you can clearly see this, right? Ground credentials and everything. Then we have generate subscription link. For this, what we can do is this bearer part, make it dynamic. And make it so from step 1. So the step 1 will have a response, and we can do is like the step 1's access token. That's it. The plan ID we can use is parent group pricing plans plan ID. And then what we can do is, okay, so for plan IDs, I have put this plan IDs in sorry, this is not the one. PayPal. This has this plan IDs. We have plan ID. I have saved them. And after this, we have redirect URL. You can make it this URL. And the cancel URL can also be this URL. That's it. So after this all is set up, then what we will need to do is open an external website and result from step 2 links, first item, href, and done. So what this has done is like it's given me a link from the step 2, and I can open this on external page. And let's have a look now how it's going to happen. Okay, just a second. Let me see why this page is not visible. Okay, so now we have this monthly and yearly plan with all the amount information saved from the database, the description, the features, and the buttons for each. And we can start with any of these. So I clicked on this one, and I have saved a plan ID with this. So it will take me to that specific plan that I have saved inside my database. Okay, so it's asking me to log into PayPal, and for this part, now we will need is this personal account. So this is a personal account, but it's a sandbox account, and we can only use this here. Real account cannot be used here. So like this one, we also generated users, and like this user, the other user we will need to use for this subscription. Okay, so the payment is successful. Like now I will click on confirm, and it had the amount of $21. And done. Now what you can see here is this page has some information on the top. One is subscription ID that we can save, BA token that we want to save, we can also save, and this token we can also save. But the main thing is the subscription ID. So the plan is almost subscribed, but we will need to also show it to the user and all the other information as well. So this is the redirect part, and we will need to save this inside our table now. Okay, so for this to automatically work, when I get response in the URL, what I will need is to do a only one condition in the back uh, editor. So let's get started here and create. Okay, so this will be like get subscription ID from URL. And this part here will be subscription ID. And if it's not empty, then we will need to generate access token. And after this, we will need to get this subscription details as well. So getting the subscription details, we will need to uh, create another API call that will only be responsible for getting the subscription details. So for that, we will need to set up another API connector. This one, get subscription details, expand it. And what we will need is here a get API call, get call with all the information. And until this is the subscription, but we will add a dynamic subscription ID. The subscription ID from here will be used, this one. And then we will use it dynamically here. And then bearer will have the access token that we generated recently, like the access token was from over here. So let's reinitialize it, get the access token. We'll get the access token right now. And okay, so there are all the relevant information. Anything we want, we can save it in bubble, and anything we don't want, we cannot save, like the email or player ID or anything, in the name and anything. Okay, so after setting this part, like this part is whenever done, we will need to have a workflow. So the workflow should look something like this: condition is true, get access token, get subscription details, and in the subscription details we will be adding the token from the bearer. So let's just add the token from step 1, and after this is done, we can do is make changes to current user. And in the make changes, so there are default fields like current plan, trial, and test, anything you want. So in the current plan, we can use is the plan ID, and the plan ID is inside this response, so we can do that. Or what we can do is like get the plan and use its ID inside of it. So for that, what we will need to do is like uh, search for plan and get the plan ID and put it in here. Plan ID is equal to step 2 plan ID, this one, and just save it or directly use the plan ID, this one. So both of them can work. And let me see what's wrong with the current plan. Okay, so Let's make a new field of and PayPal plan. That's it. Let's just try it again. Copy it and paste it here. That's it. Okay, and the other relevant information that we can save inside the user is um, status, start time. Um, let's create start time. Let's create next billing time. Let's create a cancellation link. And let's update the tokens. So this user can have tokens, make them number, and make them plans tokens. So this is get subscription details, and they can use this pricing plans minutes. Yep. So tokens can be anything. For now, let's just make it minutes because I have added in the plan as well. And start time, make it like from to start time, and step to next billing time, and cancel link is step to links, first one. Okay, so anything we want, we can save it as well. For now, let's just make it till this one. And every time when we see this kind of data in the URL, it will automatically be saved in the users table. So we have like all of these information, and yes, we can also do is like subscription ID. Yes, one of the important thing is let's save it here. And make it from this one. Okay, so this is how we save this information in the user table. And now we will be also doing is showing the users that they are subscribed to this plan or not. So to show the user if which one is the current plan, what we can do is add a conditional saying current users plan is parent group pricing plan, and make the label subscribe, and add the background color to green. same, it will work automatically. So let's just reload and see everything. Okay, so it worked, and this shows subscribed. But you see, we still have this URL part in the URL, and it's not going anywhere. So for this to disappear, what we can do is add another thing like in the end of the workflow. And this is it. Let's just reload one more time. Yep, the URL is now clean. So this is how we subscribe the user to one plan. Let's try the other plan now. Let's log in with our user. Subscribe. Okay, let's just delete this plan first from the user. Yeah, okay, I've logged in as a user now, and let's try it one more time. So this one is subscribed. Let's try the other one. Yes, let's just see what's the problem here. So, okay, current pricing plan is showing empty for this user. It says monthly. So after checking a little bit, I saw that like this plan, why was it subscribing? So it actually this get page data from URL, the subscription ID is not getting passed inside this subscription call. So when the subscription is saved in the table, this subscription detail is from this old subscription that was in the test API call. So let's just put it there. Now try it one more time. and it's almost done. Perfect. So now you can see this one has the subscribe button. So this is how this whole complete PayPal is set up in bubble.io, and this is fully flexible. You can do your own changes, anything you want. So you can see this was $21, right? And this was $31. Let's make these changes as well. So in the PayPal plans, make these changes of 31, and in the monthly one, let's just add these changes of 21, and in the preview, there they are. So anything we can, like, this is the bubble front end, right? So we can do anything in this change. We can design this whole thing. We can add a beautiful cards, a beautiful description, beautiful details, and after subscription designs. And this was it for the whole PayPal subscription. Thank you guys for watching this video. Bye.